What's up, YouTube? It's Bria with the Greenhouse Effect Huntsville, where we bud, bloom, and blossom, learning and entrepreneurship. Today, we have an amazing interview from the one and only Destiny Payton-Williams. She is a mompreneur, owner of Madonni Beauty Supply and Salon and Suites. She is also one of the reality stars on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So come on in and get to know a little bit more about Miss Destiny Payton-Williams. So we are back with Miss Destiny Payton-Williams. How are you doing, Destiny?
Stupendous.
Good. I'm glad you joined us today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So we want to talk about Madonni Beauty Supply, Salon Suites, and your vacation travel company.
Noir Vacations.
Yes.
Yes.
So could you tell us a little bit about that? Let's start with Madonni. Where did the name originate from?
So the name came from my dad and my grandmother, and my grandmother's name is Maddie, and my father's name is Donnie, so Madonni.
Okay. I was going to say, how long have you been in the beauty industry, and what made you jump into the beauty industry?
I've been in the beauty industry for a little over 10 years, and I started out with just a provisional patent product, and then I went from there to hair sales, and then opening up Madonni Beauty, the beauty supply store.
Okay, awesome. So how long have you been in business here?
I've been in business in Huntsville for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah,
Amazing.
a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Yep.
So I know that you've done like some interviews and some things about you being the first black-owned beauty supply store. Is that in Huntsville, North Alabama?
I really didn't even seek to be the first owned. I found that out after I opened that this was the first ever black-owned beauty supply store, Salon Suites in Huntsville.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to maybe check the region and see if it's any other places.
Yeah, well, it's an amazing accomplishment, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Noir, your travel company. What do you do in that, and what can we expect if we want to go book through you?
So I started out in the vacation industry about 5 years ago. I worked for a big company called Wyndham. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but not just
hotels?
They do hotels
Okay.
and vacation homes and rental properties and things like that. So I started in that industry and worked my ranks up to be the first ever African American sales manager in the business in Tennessee. They hadn't had a black woman since the inception of the company over 50 plus years. And so with that being said, I had two people that actually were my sales reps that came to, we all came together to form Noir Vacations, which is a discounted way for you to travel, to get good deals, to get some freebies, you can get flights. It's kind of like your one-stop shop. So instead of going to Expedia, come to Noir Vacations.
Okay, so is it like international? Is it national?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, okay, cool. So I guess I forgot what I was going to say. We edit this out. So what is your website for Noir Vacation Traveling?
NoirVacations.com.
NoirVacations.com. Okay, awesome. Well, I look to book with you soon in the future. So if you need some traveling recommendations, discounts, definitely go through Destiny.
Absolutely.
So we're going to kind of navigate into your reality TV because we know you do that as well.
That ain't me. That's my twin.
I'm about to say it's your alter ego.
A few of them. I got about 5 or 6 of them.
So how is Love and Marriage? How are you enjoying, I guess, going into reality TV? Because I know that you used to do a little acting in LA.
Yes.
So how did you, how was that transition into reality TV, just going out there on your own and doing your thing? It's
so funny because I actually started out as a singer. I've been singing since I was 6 years old. And when I moved to LA to go to Performing Arts College, I got pushed into acting. Just kind of like how I got pushed into reality TV. It wasn't anything that I planned or sought out. So it's been an interesting ride. It's been an interesting ride.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I know it keeps you busy, and
Absolutely.
It's always very interesting to see the different seasons and see how y'all changing and navigating into our faces.
Me too. It's interesting for me to see too.
So with the reality show, did it go as expected, or was it kind of okay, I kind of expected this, I kind of didn't. How did that season go with Love and Marriage?
So being that it is reality, it's just like life. It never goes as expected.
Right.
So No. I would say that it definitely is a learning process. As much as people say, there are positive and negative things about reality shows, there's a lot of therapy in it. Like, people don't get it. Like, I watched reality shows before I was actually on it, and never was like, I used to say, this is my little getaway. When I would work 12, 14 hours in the corporate world and still trying to open this business, because I was in Nashville working both. And so that would be my release. After a long week, I would go and watch and catch up on my reality shows, and it would be little parts, they had a drama, and then you have the things that you learn from people's real life.
Oh, yeah.
So I find the positive in everything. So with that being said, it's been an interesting ride. It is an interesting ride. Let me say that.
Okay. So I guess with love and marriage, like you said, that it's kind of like unpredictable. So, do you plan on being on there for the long haul?
God's leading me in everyday life. So, I say this. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Right now, I'm in it. So, we'll see how this journey goes.
Okay. Awesome. I guess, like I said, I guess it's kind of the fun of it. If you have an adventurous side, you never know what's going to really happen. So, you just kind of go with the flow, and wherever it leads you and wherever it takes you, wherever God has for you, that's kind of, go with it.
That's been my life. Go with the flow.
Yeah. You do a good job, though.
Well, thank you.
It's good to have people come on the show and be so transparent and just showing, your personality to different people. Because, like I said, a lot of people learn off of reality. And like you said, even how you came home and used it as a release.
Yes.
Just to calm you down, or, just to de-stress or unwind.
And understand everybody else's life is crazy, too. Even on reality shows. You have your crazy life, and then you watch people and you're like, okay, wow, they're going through a lot, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the motivational side of the people that are on television. You can kind of be inspired by, if they have a lot of things going on in life, like for me, going through a divorce, having a baby, going through a pandemic, opening a business, I can go on and on and on, and being on a reality show at the same time. To still be standing is I think, inspirational to myself.
Right. Because like you said, with the reality show and then running the business, I know that's kind of tough because, you did close down for a couple months because
actually, I've been closed down a few times. So with Madonni, a lot of people don't know how it started was deep into my pregnancy. I was probably about 4 months pregnant when I opened the doors of Madonni, and I was the only person working here. And then COVID hit 3 weeks after I opened the doors. So when COVID kind of slowed down, my aunt moved down from Michigan and helped run the store, and we were open every day, 6 days a week. And it just was, trial and error. When you own a business, that's what it is. It's ups and downs. Right. And so to me, like I said, I'm still standing. I'm still here, still in my building, still moving and shaking. But we're revamping, we're rejudging and going through some things that, business owners go through.
Right. Okay, so
but we're still here, and we're online.
Yeah.
You can always buy online. There's no excuse to not support Madonni.
Yeah.
MadonniBeauty.com.
Get it shipped to you, so get your products that way too. So what can we look for as far as you opening back full time? Do you have a time frame or?
So I do have a time frame. We are, as you can see, one of the rooms is almost complete. We are working. Thank you. Working on the suite. So my goal is to do a grand opening because I've done a soft launch for the front part of the store, but I want to make sure all the suites are complete, and we're going to do a grand opening. Yeah,
it's going to be nice. So are you thinking this year or more sort of towards next year? Or?
My goal is this year, beginning of 2022. Because I feel like I say this year, but that's a couple months away.
I say we're literally at the end of the year, it flew by.
Yeah, absolutely, 2022.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I look forward to it. So
thank you. Thank you.
So I guess what is something that you would give as far as advice to a woman business owner that is going through just changes? Like you said, you went through divorce, the baby, the COVID. It can affect your mindset sometimes and your business mind. So, a woman going through that, what advice would you give her as far as keeping going, keeping up the pace, don't give up, don't quit? I think it's all about pushing and persevering through whatever you're going through.
I would say take it day by day and trust God, because as much as we say, it sounds like, cliche, but He never puts more on you than you can bear. And sometimes you're like, God, look. Yeah. This is enough. Yeah. But it also is molding and shaping you to be able to deal with everything else that's coming your way. Because for me, it's like the storm that I went through, I used to pray, when am I going to see the rainbow? When am I going to see the rainbow? That was my prayer. Instead of being present in the moment and going through the storm and understanding why, I kind of got that on the back end. So my thing is this, keep pushing and know that, you know, God's promises are real. And whatever God has promised to you, it may be delayed, but it's not denied.
Always a lesson in everything you go.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, that's always my message. Always, like you said, feel what you're going through. But it's a lesson, you know, it's a lesson for something that you're going through to get better and do better and keep going. It makes you stronger.
Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome. Okay. So that's going to wrap up our part 1 business spotlight with Ms. Destiny Payton-Williams of Madonni. And we're going to come back next week with part 2, where we get to know a little bit more personal details about her life, whatever she's going to share with us. So stay tuned in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Leave some comments and let us know what you think.